Greetings, everybody. It's me, Knight. Today I'm going to be doing a message from your past self, and it's going to be your recent incarnation. And what I mean by past self, um, before you came into this life, it was some things you were told that you would experience in this life, and some of you guys may not know it again because it was forgotten when you were born. But I'm being told your soul wants you to be aware of what was told to you, just to keep you going on the right path. Right? I feel some of you guys are on the right path, but some of you guys might be going through some obstacles, and you may not know why. It's something that your soul knows, but I'm trying to get answers from your past self in hopes to like keep you inspired or give you some type of idea on how to get through certain situations in your life and what you're supposed to be manifesting, as far as like where you're headed, as far as like whether you're trying to do something spiritual or just something mundane. It's gonna be different for everybody. It's gonna be a four card pick, but that's what I mean by past self. And also I will say this: if I'm even though I'm mentioning past self, if you feel like you've had some of these ideas I may mention in this reading, as far as like maybe 5 years ago you had a plan for your life, which would be when you're 30 or 40. If I happen to mention that, then you can also relate that to your previous self a couple years ago, because even though you might have had plans of what you want to do right now a couple of years ago, a lot of that was already foretold to you, right? And also something you requested and talked about before you came here to be born again, right? So it's just inside your soul, right? It's part of your soul signature, right? So I'm just putting that out there, just give you guys a heads up. But again, let's get into this. It's a message from your past self, your most recent incarnation, and what was told as it was about to enter this next life here, which you're in right now. Hopefully you can get some guidance out of this. Okay, so let's see what's going on with you. So again, 4 cards. All right. The first card is the Hera card. Second card is the Shakti card. Third card is Athena. And the 4th card is Artemis. And also, by the way, if these cards really touch you at a deep level, if you feel some type of way, you look at these cards, you possibly could have had a past life and in one of these cultures, just to let you know as well. All right, so again, these are the cards. Pause the video if you need to. Okay. All right, so let's start off again. So again, 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. So I'm gonna start this video off now. Okay. All right, so let's see what's going on with whoever picked Goddess Hera. Let's see. What does your past self want to tell you right now, currently, at this moment? Okay. All right. So, right now, you're being shown to somebody very intuitive, very sensitive, especially during certain moon phases. You're very emotional. Some of you guys are very emotionally stable, very emotionally mature. I'm also being told some of you guys in your previous life, it took you time to learn how to ground your emotions, all right? Because sometimes you gave too much to the wrong people. I'm being shown in your past life, no matter if you're masculine or feminine, that you were in some type of masculine energy or emperor energy. You could have been an emperor, but I'm hearing more so you're in some type of leadership position. You drew a lot of suitors as well. You're definitely a looker. You looked really good, no matter if you're masculine or feminine. So when I'm being told, your heart and soul is really beautiful inside, but also you're outside and reflected outside. And you drew a lot of people, but sometimes people took advantage of you, and you didn't see the signs, or you kind of like put a blind eye to it, and you let the wrong people connect with you, right? Especially with this Page of Cups here. So in this life, you might have struggled with love issues, okay, and you don't understand why, especially if you feel like you haven't done anybody wrong. This is from your past life. And so I'm being told in this life, you came into this life to fix a lot of karmic relationships, whether it be from lovers or friends or family members. You're also supposed to tie loose strings. You definitely have a lot of somewhat, if you wouldn't say, soulmates. And when I say soulmates, right, from my personal perspective, soulmates it can be even your close family, everybody, because like some of these people, the roles are reversed. Okay. Now from my perspective, when I say divine counterpart or twin flame, that's like the person most likely you can marry or you could have had a long-term relationship and it broke apart. So you could have had a 10-year strong relationship and you learned your lesson, you broke apart. That's why I look at divine counterpart and soul and twin flames. Because like I'm telling you right now, when I see immediate connections, whether it be from family and friends that you feel connected to, or you have friends that really connected to, that's soulmate. So long story short, I had to bring that up so you won't get confused when I say soulmate in this reading. Um, because back in the time that you lived, people are more, how can I say, more heart based, more spiritual. I am being told you had a life during times of conflict where certain places weren't the best environment as far as like certain cities getting taken over by other countries, but still the people around you were very spiritual. But sometimes you just drew negative people. You're a person of power. You led. I'm hearing some of you guys were priestess or some type of hierophant energy, or either possibly royalty or work under a kingdom that was very powerful. And again, you're definitely attractive. Okay, but again, though, you never learn how to set boundaries. You might have struggled in this life with setting boundaries with people, especially with love. And when I mean love again, I'm gonna say this again. It doesn't mean necessarily lovers. It could be with family or friends that were just who have love for you. Okay, you just didn't set proper boundaries and you let them like, how can I say, take too much of your time, drain your energy. Maybe you want to get off the phone, they talk to you too much, but with toxic conversations, negative conversations, gossip. Maybe you have friends that just want to gossip, right? Slander people's names, right? That still counts as negative. It's draining your energy, especially if you're not happy with talking about these topics. I'm talking about everything other than the people cheating or abusing you, right? And so it stems from past life. And so again, your soul chose to hope and high hopes to encounter certain soulmates through certain times in your life as you evolve as a spirit to fix it so you don't repeat this again, right? Because what it does is your soul doesn't want to reincarnate necessarily again unless it seems some way that it didn't finish the business now in this life. So it's trying to alleviate that now with relationships. So even if you're a single right now and you've been single for 10 years, I am being told though, just be aware again as you go forward of who you let in your life. Make sure you stand your ground and keep going, but also learn to forgive. I heard in your past life you struggled to forgive people. Even if they did you wrong, again, it doesn't mean you deserve pain in your past, but how the spirit world works, it's like you have to forgive to release it. Because if you don't, how it works is you kind of carry their weight on you, right? Just like the person who, if they abused you or cheated on you or do anything wrong in the past life or this life, if they don't apologize or feel remorse, they carry your weight because of the fact that they hurt a good person. So don't just think because you forgiven them that they don't feel something as well. They may not feel it until they later on to they're about to pass on. Hopefully. And sometimes people don't realize till the next life, but the principle is you don't need to worry about that. You need to worry about yourself and learn to forgive. And then, if you have forgiven people in this life and even also forgiving yourself for letting people stay in your life too long, that's great. That's amazing. And it's going to put you into more of an empowerment state. Okay, and then say if you were to have children, that will go through them, meaning like they'll be stand-up characters because they're getting some of your characteristics and traits, right? Because how it is right when you're about to conceive, like say if you get pregnant, right? Whatever your mindset and vibration is, especially depending on how many years it's been, there's a high chance the child that's coming through will have everything you got, like a lot of your characteristics, the father and the mother. But how it is though, the more the parents evolve and also the sooner they evolve, the child is less likely to get some of the negative qualities of the parents. But if the parent takes a long time to fix themselves, right, and say they're like in their 40s, then there's a high chance, or even if they're like 35 or something younger, it's a high chance, depending on the family karma that the child's coming to, that it will bring in certain qualities as far as like, again, maybe people pleasing and doing too much. So it might be a great child, but it does too many things that makes it unbalanced. And then that child be just like the parent, not understanding why these things happen to me when I ain't doing anything wrong. So the whole thing in this life is like pay attention to the signs, and if you're doing the work they're telling me to apply to you. But again, though, you really need to understand, make sure you ground yourself, make sure you balance your emotions. Don't let people get the best of you. I am being told that sometimes people do come up to you to, in a way, indirectly trigger you, just to taunt you. You might have had times like that in your life, whether it be at work, family, or friends, okay? You're extremely sensitive soul, but just because you're sensitive does not mean you're not powerful. Because a lot of people, they see you as a sensitive soul and kind soul, but they don't see this emperor within you, this beast, this very powerful, strong person, right? They can come out at any time and lash out, but you just don't, especially in your past life. So in this life, the heavens, when you were birthed out the heavens, right, in the spirit world and came down here, it told you what to expect here. But I'm hearing in this life, sometimes you are ignoring these messages in this current life because you're focused on all the negative stuff and not seeing that this was told to you. We gave you a warning, and then we're also warning you about what's to come if you don't be cautious. We don't want you to carry these burdens, especially if you get married to the wrong person. Right, we're trying to illuminate this to you because we don't want this characteristic to be passed on to this child if you decide to have a child, right? Because again, you're being shown as very intuitive, a high priestess. And remember earlier I said some of you guys might have been hierophants or somebody spiritual. Again, leadership position, extremely powerful. And again, in this life, y'all are coming into your power if y'all not already. The more you stay grounded, you will have your victory over any obstacles. They are telling me though, if you've been through a lot of negativity, try your best. It may take a time to let go of what was and recognize the tool cups behind the love that's coming towards you. So if you are feeling out of luck in love, your fate is twisting. If you want to have a child, that will come because the Empress card. This is a blessing. You're meant to have a child. I'm also hearing if you guys have been wanting to have a child and it's been a long time, especially if you're in good health and it's been a while, you're meant to have a child, okay? And if you wonder why your relationships are messed up, because they didn't want these individuals coming into your life to impregnate you, because it wouldn't be a good seed. It wouldn't be good. It would make things a little bit harder for your child than just you. So again, if it seemed like it's a long time, that's one reason. And also again, if you don't want a child, then hey, I'm still hearing more peaceful times ahead. But some of you guys in past life didn't have a child, and so you might have a desire to have a child. And if you do have a child right now, this is something that was needed because in your past life, I'm hearing your connection with your child wasn't that strong. And you needed to have a child in this life to fix it. Because I'm also hearing some people have children, but the connection is not as close. So take whichever part of what I stated resonates with you. Again, because again, you're shown as the Queen of Pentacles as well. Emperor and Queen of Pentacles, very earth and fire. I'm hearing a lot of earth and fire energy. But they all telling me, don't tell you to be observant. Again, how people connect with you. Again, whether family or friends. Some of the people that were your so-called friends were actually undercover enemies, or just people who were envious of you. Even if you feel like you didn't have it all, even if you don't feel like you're really beautiful, it doesn't matter. They just felt burdened by your presence, right? But I am being told the good thing though, forward movement will be meant for you. I'm hearing great changes for you. And within this next 8 months and all the way to 8 or 9 years, you're supposed to, this next decade coming, you're supposed to have better times. If any times of deceit has happened to you, you're going to be more keen than ever before to notice the signs, to know when to move on, like the 8 of Cups, and go into something new, right? And also, if you are feeling stagnant right now, it's because the angels and your guardians are trying to illuminate you with this hermit mode. So if you've been feeling alone, it's for a reason. They don't want you to feel restricted no more. They don't want this devil energy getting you down. I am being told sometimes negative energies do send things to you to test you from the spirit world, meaning not like spiritual attacks per se, but people, right? Some people might not understand why they cross your path. It's because y'all meant to loosen up ties, like meaning like the ties and restrictions from the past life is meant to be mended in this life. And they're telling you this intuitively with the Queen of Cups. All right, you definitely were connected to a lot of people. You have a lot of relationship. I don't like saying karma, but lessons that you have learned. It stems from past life, right? Okay. I am being told though, if you notice that kids draw to you, it's not just because of your kind soul. It's just that again, you have a motherly heart. Even if you are a man, you have a motherly heart. And if you have a will to work with children or have more children, that's all it is. Okay. You're being shown to somebody very abundant, somebody very hardworking. Okay. Is there anything else? Again, the main, and also once these ties are loosened, I'm gonna say from the past, as far as you balancing yourself out, standing your ground, setting boundaries, moving on from heartbreak, you'll draw better people. Even if you're an introvert, you'll just have better energy within. And look, there's a hierophant. And once you come into this will be your power. And within your soul, they will draw more better connections and possibly a soulmate if you want love. But technically, more better connection within yourself, with the masculine, feminine, and allow you to be closer to the divine from the heavens, okay? I'm being told some of you guys need to rest more. Don't let outside sources stress you out again. When you're at peace, and especially when you're alone, they try to illuminate you to the new beginnings you're meant to have. I am being told sometimes people are very competitive around you, whether you notice or not. You might not be aware. People don't need to say things verbally to you or make you feel uneasy. Some of these people are so behind the scenes, kind of mysterious of how they feel about you. You might not even pick it up through your empath energy. You might not be able to pick it up because some people know how to veil themselves, okay? But nonetheless, you're destined for an abundant life. You're going to be transitioning again. I'm hearing again, some of these next couple months, something's going to happen for you. They are trying to tell you you can manifest anything you want, but they definitely are telling you, though, your past life, self is saying, keep going. But if you are at a stuck moment, really sit back and reflect on your life so you can manifest better situations in your life. Notice the signs. Don't let people, walk over you or put you in this heartbreak state. Don't sit in it too long, because I'm hearing your past self setting depressive states too long. And then by the time it started realizing how many people were against yourself in the past life and just the energies, you finally learned how to put up boundaries. But by the time you did that, it was like you were older. And so a lot of the lessons you learned in your past life, you wish you could have learned them younger, but you didn't. So you still have like old residue from people that you encountered. So again, you might feel like you're going through like a lot of karmic relationships. And even if you're not dating nobody, you might have just reflected. Even if you only had 3 relationships, you wonder why it's so heavy. Is relationships things you need to fix more so in this life. But I am being told the Wheel of Fortune, with the Wheel of Fortune card here, the wheel is turning in your favor. Better times are ahead. Some of you guys might end up having a tower moment. Only is spiritually. Some of you guys might be having visions of people in your dreams you don't know about. It's past life. It's stemmed from past life. Y'all might be having sleepless nights. Some of you guys might have had family issues that caused you anxiety growing up. You might have felt like your parents weren't the best for some of you guys. Again, past life, okay? Yeah, but you're definitely meant to have happiness. Your whole thing is to, no matter how bad it gets, to stand strong no matter what. To continue to love yourself, be an example, and don't live in misery. Don't try to curse people if you can. Try not to do any of that. It doesn't mean you don't defend yourself. Yes, defend yourself if you need to, speak up for yourself, but don't sit in a pool of stress, anxiety, and misery because your situation is not playing out how you want it, okay? Or say if you were to meet somebody that give you advice, you might not want to listen to it sometimes because you feel like, what is this advice going to do for me? Still try to be optimistic, guys. Don't think negative. As soon as you think that thought, guys, you're just drawing more negative energy. It sounds crazy. It really is, because your subconscious doesn't know better from right and wrong. Your conscious does, not the subconscious. Subconscious is feminine. It's chaotic, right? It doesn't know. So be careful how you speak to yourself. But nonetheless, you're meant to have a blessing of abundance, more emotional fulfillment, and better connections. And if not just with people, just with yourself and your spirits around you. But your soul wants this to happen, so it doesn't have to repeat certain cycles. So again, try to do your best to break bread with people in peaceful ways if you can. Of course, we do know some people don't want to change. You're not meant to change everybody. It's more about you. Forgiving those who hurt you, let them go. Forgive yourself if you're still in a relationship too long, even if it's family. Set positive boundaries to keep it pushing. Because again, if you keep trying to wait and see if people are going to change, sometimes you're not going to see it, and all you're going to do is you're going to be the one that's going to feel unhappy. And one thing your soul is telling me, when it's time to go to the heavenly state or wherever you think you're going, you don't want to leave here in regret or scorn, because it's that thought that's going to keep you bound to want to come back into the flesh. So other than the spirit world putting you through some type of, life review or judgment scenario, you don't want to have that thought, all right? Because other than the outside sources affecting you and whatever the spirit world wants to do to you, you don't want to have your thought added as an extra. But nonetheless, it seems like you're going to ascend. All right, but I'm being told again, be more patient as you're being loosened from restriction from the past. You cleared up a lot of soul ties with people. Maybe some of you guys are working on soul tie connections, trying to break them or whatever you've been doing. And if so, keep going. But that's what I'm here for you guys. Was Power 1. If you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one, Power 1. All right. All right. Whoever picked Pile 2, the Shakti card, whoever picked Pile 2, the Shakti. Alright, let's see what your past self past soul, past life, past incarnation, your most recent one wants to tell you. Oh, wow. All right, I'm being told, be careful who you tell your information to, especially your spiritual side, especially if you do spiritual practices, if you identify as a shaman, anything spiritual. And mainly because I'm hearing in your past life, you spoke out too much, but even when you didn't speak out, people didn't like your gifts. You're very transformative. People came to you for healing. You're seeing this like an earth angel, like this temperance card, and no offense, some people kind of like took you out, just like this card, it took you out. And it doesn't mean you're gonna go out like this in this life. It's just more about, in this life, I just feel like when I'm seeing these swords, you might have people trying to slander your name. And even if it's not spiritually, you could be at work or just how you carry yourself, people just get triggered how you are. You are a very outstanding character. No matter if you're masculine, feminine, you're being shown as the Six of Wands. You're very, you look at this like as somebody with prestige. Even if you're not rich, your soul is prestige. It's regal. Okay, you hold power. And so when you're around people, don't be surprised if you trigger people and to make them want to put this sword up. Okay, it's straight envious, and they start talking down on you and make you feel wounded with these burdens. Some of you guys might identify as wounded healers. You can't. I am being told you have the energy to heal people and heal wounded people. You might draw wounded people, but sometimes, you know how they say hurt people hurt people. Sometimes the wounded, they can get jealous of you as well, not understanding how you got there. So you might have helped and they might feel some type of way for some of you guys. Also with family dynamics, again, I'm hearing your past life, you've done a lot of transformations. You probably did a lot. I'm hearing you probably had a past life in India. You had a lot of Kundalini awakenings. And even if you didn't have an incarnation, for some of you guys in India, you had awakenings that were similar to a Kundalini awakenings, very similar. You're definitely connected to the feminine, okay? And because of this, you're extremely open to receiving, but you needed to learn how to protect yourself in your past. You weren't the best at protection, and you had to learn quick, okay? You tried your best to move on from certain situations, but it seemed like negativity always followed you, okay? Or people always try to find out how to find you. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys got stalkers or people who are hard to get rid of, maybe old exes, or just family members that you don't like, but they always find a way to come out and find your phone number or get at you and be very negative. Or even coworkers that you try to distance yourself somehow, they get back into your life. Or either if you do distance yourself from some people, you get people who are very similar to the same energy that you left. As far as negativity, that's because of past life, okay? A lot of people are from the past life you're meant to break it off from. And it just seems like for you, though, it's more about, it's not even just about you meeting negative people every once in a while. It's more about just be cautious how you are carrying yourself and how you speak with people. Like you have an extremely powerful energy that attracts people, good and bad. Even strangers. You can be in a grocery store, you might get a side eye, okay? And then you'll instantly feel an energy from them, because you can suck up energies. You can even suck up energies from souls that are passed on. So be aware. It's like they draw to you like these 10 of Pentacles, okay? You have a very nurturing soul like the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, because again, it's something about you. You have a strong voice as well, a strong character. Some of you guys might like to sing. Some of you guys have just a very powerful voice. Y'all might like to talk a lot. Y'all might have a job where y'all have to communicate. Y'all might do customer service, or it can be medical, healing. Something with your voice is healing. That stems from the past life. You had to speak in front of people in the past life. Okay. Extremely emotional. You're heavily connected to water. Okay. But I just keep being told, be careful who you offer your help to in this life. You might have had struggles where you offered yourself to the wrong people as far as your help. Some people I'm hearing, especially at work, maybe turned on you, or even friends that you thought were friends. A lot of the people you drew were unemotional, as far as like not emotionally balanced. Okay, and so at times you probably had to hermit yourself off. You had to do this in your past life. I'm hearing your past life, your soul said they had to travel and it had to move around a lot. Like this card right here, I don't know where it went, but I saw the so like the 8 of Cups is like a trail. You had to keep going, like nomadic at times. So you might find this life you always had to like leave randomly, or you had to try to figure out a way to at least distance yourself. You couldn't if you couldn't leave, to keep yourself from feeling restricted, like this devil energy. But I ain't being told, some people, once they gravitate to you, they like to hold on to you. They're like energetic vampires. They like to suck onto your energy because you glow. And so because you glow, again, this is past life. Again, some of you guys might be born, of course, everybody's beautiful, but you got something unique about your look and how you carry yourself. It doesn't mean you need to be a model or anything like that. You just have something unique about your look or your energy that's bringing people in. It's something about you that's very magical. I am being told some of you guys possibly did do magic in a past life, but in a good way to help people. You definitely were connected with Earth, with the King of Pentacles, and earlier, the Queen of Pentacles school. I'm hearing that possibly in your past life, you're definitely an Earth sign, most likely. You might be an Earth sign right now, but you're definitely connected to Earth. You learned how to manifest money because you had times you felt like out in the cold. I am being told, though, if you are going through any money situations, it's because of past life. It was a time in your past you did have a lot of money in the same life, and you gave to the wrong people, or people mismanaged your money. You invested in wrong people, and they took from you, and it left you almost homeless, or if not homeless, just not having as much money or abundance as you would like. So in this life, you might have got with a partner that got you into debt. You might have spent it at the wrong time. So also be aware of that as well. So other than people trying to steal your ideas or steal your energy spiritually, again, money as well. This is past life, okay? And you right now in this life, you feel blind and not understand that why some of these situations happen. So you might know that you made some bad decisions, but you might not be aware that it's because of outside influences and you letting the wrong people in your life that got you like this. But you're not really thinking about it like that because you're trying to be nice and put it all on you, which is good to be accountable. But you should understand too as well, certain people are just not meant to be in your life, and they're actually affecting your whole life abundance. And you're being told this in too, like this moon here, just like spirit was trying to tell you this, because you got a lot to look forward to. They want more cycles closed out. They don't want no repeating cycles. A judgment has been placed. I'm being told right now as you're listening to this, I didn't get this in the first part, but at this current moment, a judgment is being placed for you to move forward and to follow your passion, and do not let any outside influences to get to you. And again, doesn't mean you won't meet negative people going forward in your future, but you need to know more of why are you encountering these people, okay? It's a lesson. You're very transformative, and and a lot of these souls that come to you, they don't even know. They come to you not because you're pretty or because you have a good heart. That's part of it. It's really past life. Y'all all agreed to come in at certain times. Some souls decide to meet you when you're 20. Certain souls decide to see you at 35. Certain souls won't see you till you're 45. Certain souls won't see you till 70. So you might be like, well, why didn't I experience real love when I was 20? But then you experience real love when you're 45. Then you wonder why I didn't get the money I wanted at 39, but then you got it at 48. That's just how it is, guys, okay? And this is something they're trying to tell me to tell you, because you chose that incarnate in a life that's full of transformation. And because of this, that's not easy for most souls. Because yes, we all go through transformation, but you particularly are going through a lot of transformations. And how the spirit world looks at it is when a soul chooses a life to go through very, very strong, powerful transformations, no matter how negative or hard they can be, it gives you more good deeds. It gives you blessings because you still stand strong, because a lot of souls couldn't go through as many transformations as you went through. And so you're going to get rewarded, especially in the afterlife. And they're like, I'm hearing in the middle of your life, when you're like 40 or if not 60, depending on where you're at right now. So I'm here, whenever you're watching this video, I'm hearing you're going to start getting blessings 3 to 4 years from now, and if not sooner, right? You're going to start seeing things trickling in no matter how old you are, because again, you had to go through these transformations to get through a certain point. You chose hard battles for a reason, more harder than most, and you need to understand this, okay? Definitely. It's all because you chose it in this lifetime to be even more spiritually elevated than you were prior. Because I'm hearing, yes, you were very spiritual, you did heal people, but sometimes you would invest your time with other people that you didn't need to, who are very mundane and very much of the world, and they got you sidetracked off your spiritual journey. Okay, and because of this, it altered your destiny slightly, because again, we have free will. And when the divine saw that, they let it play out like it played out, and that's how your life was. It was balanced, but not balanced. So in this life, you came with a force, like to come here with transformation power. to possibly trigger people to do better. You trigger people in a way where you were the example. They didn't understand you were the example, but they try to talk negative on you. You were the example, right? You have this very strong feminine energy, the Shakti energy within you, no matter if you're masculine or feminine. And this is what you're here to do as well. If you chose to do this, I'm being told a lot of you guys are here to transform souls, not by force, but by being an example. You don't have to be on television, just your presence alone, okay? And a lot of people never give you credit, so don't look for validation. That's what I'm being told. Because you are always going to be abundant, at least in the spirit world, how they view you, okay? So that's what I'm being told to you guys, power to guys, all right? So if you like it, thumbs up, subscribe. I will see you guys on the next one, all right? All right. Whoever picked Athena, knowledge. Let's see what your past spirit, past self in your last life was trying to tell you right now is guidance or anything you need to know. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. So, wow, right now, if you don't feel like this, you're probably going to go into this. You're being shown as the Empress, okay? I'm being told in your previous life, you had a lot of tower moments. You might feel like you've gone through a lot of tower moments or unexpected times of negativity or blessings randomly, and you really don't know. Again, it's past with the Six of Cups. It's past. You might have dealt with a lot of childhood trauma, probably with family or friends or so-called friends of the youth that made you have trust issues. It's because most of your life you're always shown as an empress. No matter if you're masculine or feminine, you're shown as an empress energy, okay? Venus. And also very knowledgeable. People come up to you for advice. And I'm hearing some of you guys are very beautiful. You draw a lot of lovers, but sometimes they're not the best. I'm being told this energy you had in the past life, okay? If you wonder why you have like random times of, how can I say, if it felt like a tower moment and it felt like it was forever, moving really slow, like the Knight of Pentacles, it's because in your previous incarnation, you were like some type of teacher or you did something with children, okay? And I definitely feel in most of you guys' life, I didn't say this in the other piles, but I didn't really give gender in the other piles that much, but this one, no matter if you're masculine, you're definitely a female, okay? And so a lot of people were like envious or they kind of wanted to have a family like you. Like some of you guys were mothers, and if not mothers, just teachers of the town or the city or the village that you were in. Extremely wise and also scary, very intimidating. I'm hearing you work with herbs. You work with nature. You're very intuitive as well with the Queen of Cups and very blessed with money. You weren't like rich, but you had enough. Okay, you always had to stand your ground because you knew that people always wanted to put you in the stuck moment. It was very hard for you in a past life to keep your mind stable mentally. Okay, because you were so sensitive as a soul, then you can feel people's thoughts, right? And some of those thoughts you thought were yours, but there were other people. Okay. You ran into a lot of people, no matter if they're masculine or feminine in their past life, they were very fiery, like this King of Wands. And you might notice in this life that you encounter people who are very demanding or controlling. Because I'm being told in your relationship, in your past life, you had a great marriage, but then some of your family members or even friends were jealous of it. And they try to put their input of what you can do better, even though you had a perfect relationship. Some people always try to find wrong in something that's good already, right? They try to dig and dig for nothing. So you might have times in this life where people try to control you, try to tell you what to do, dictate to you, right? And never letting you breathe, never letting you have space. And also because I'm hearing you did herb work, okay? They didn't like it. They thought it was like witchcraft. They didn't like it. They try to get you in trouble. They try to scorn you, tie you up, and put fire to you. Right? Some of you guys, that's how you went out. So what I'm being told in this life, don't change. Because I'm being told that time, even though you're a good family person, you started changing some of your characteristics. Okay, you started being more stern. And then it changed the dynamic with your kids. And you started being cold as they got older. Or even with your family members. And so when they got older, they remember that and they didn't forgive. And then they left you kind of like burdened. So in this connection as well, in this lifetime, you might have a time where you might have certain issues with, if not children, certain people in your family, that's because it's something in you that triggers them. They don't understand why you're so nurturing. Because again, your past life you're nurturing, but you changed to be more sterner, but it made you unbalanced, okay? And you never rested. You were always doing something, trying to perfect yourself. So remember how I said people try to criticize your family and criticize how you're running things? You almost became a perfectionist, and you end up controlling your kids too much. You end up making them clean too much, doing too much. You're almost too stern. So in this life, you might also have a problem where you're afraid to lose stuff or lose people. You might feel like people are going to pass away or leave your life or leave you alone. You might have fear of abandonment. You might have been abandoned in this life because I'm hearing your children or certain people in your family abandoned you when you got too stern. But technically, it wasn't your own fault. I mean, you allowed yourself to do it. It's because of their own influences as well. So you might have family or friends that you feel are just extremely negative, very triggering, or you might have friends that are like family that are triggering and kind of controlling. These people are kind of like somewhat enemies / families in the past life, because some of your people you're close with, family or friends in your past life, they technically indirectly became enemies. Okay, so in this life you're supposed to work on that, and if you can't work on that and become more peaceful with certain family members or friends, or even if there's like associates, it can repeat a cycle in the next life. So you're here to loosen up ends and, at least break bread. It doesn't mean you need to be like tight knit and be best friends, but it's more about do things better. Don't so in this life I'm hearing you don't want to be controlling. And if you feel like you don't want to be controlling right now, that's because that's what you were in the past life, and you told yourself in this life coming in that you want to do that. And I am being told if you are struggling with perfectionism right now, you need to change that. That stems from past life. Okay, and if you're dealing with people who are controlling but you're kind of extremely nurturing, don't change if you're very nurturing. Okay, because if you change, you're going to end up repeating a cycle, right? If you're trying to please people and perfect who you are, it's going to change what you're meant to have at the end of your destiny. Okay, and side message again as well, you have a gift of words and teaching. You're very knowledgeable, very wise as well. Okay, back in the day, I'm hearing you were a very wise mother. Some of you guys didn't have kids in your past life. I'm hearing from one or two of you guys. Some of you guys just had women or men, but I'm hearing mainly women, like little young women, like teens that you raised like your own because you didn't conceive. You taught them wisdom. You taught them spiritual wisdom. You taught them how to work with nature. You taught them how to work with earth. Okay, they looked at you as a teacher with this hairpin cord. Some of you guys might have been priestesses as well, but I'm hearing more just you were more independent. You weren't really affiliated with anybody. Now I am hearing one of you guys maybe had a covenant, but I'm hearing definitely again, you're most part y'all are independent on your own, but you allowed teen girls and young adult girls to work with you. As you got older, you became like a crone, a very wise woman, right? Somebody really well respected, but at the same time that drew people jealous of you and try to dictate what you were supposed to do in that life, okay? Or trying to tell you should stop because they thought it was negative or witchcraft. So what you're supposed to do in this life is stand strong, right? Like the strength card, if you ever encounter any situation like this, and set proper boundaries and know who to connect with, right? Because I'm being told if you are having times of negativity with certain people around you, things will get better with the Three of Pentacles. I am being told the more you follow your passion, no matter how many people may judge you, you're going to be entering a new cycle. Again, you're showing as very intuitive, and I'm being told even when at times when you feel like you don't see what road to go on, your soul knows. Trust it. Go within. All right. Some of you guys, I'm being told, are gonna end up having to travel to get out of your environment. Some of you guys might have a weight so strong that you're just gonna have to leave, guys, and just keep people at a distance. Okay. But I am being told before you depart and go leave somewhere and travel, if you were to decide to leave locations in this life, try to mend things up if you can. But the biggest thing in here is though, if you have felt abandoned at any time, or even as a child, know that you're always loved. Like this Ten of Cups by your spirit, guys. Don't let people's energy and love, or how can I say lack of love for you, give you anxiety. You are always worthy of love. Continue to be the authentic you. Again, a lot of this is from the past, guys. Stand your ground like this King of Swords. Follow your passions like the Queen of Wands. Keep working for what you feel like you want in this life, and watch how magical things move forward for you with this transition. Do not look back. Forgive, forget, and let go. Okay? Because again, I'm being told your soul doesn't want to have any regret or anything. Because I am being told your soul in your past life had a lot of regret on how it changed and how it let outside influences change itself, because it was doing so wonderful. It was an amazing soul. It taught a lot of people, a lot of women But then near the end of it, in your life in the past life, you changed. It's like you got cranky because you got tired. It got overwhelming. Okay, it's very chaotic. But nonetheless, the main message here is just watch out for the signs. If you do feel these energies occurring again, it's because of past life. Again, continue to share your love, but with the proper people. Again, justice will be served for you. You're meant to have a more balanced life. Behind that was the chariot, okay? Because again, your past life was not the most balanced. Again, it was because of bad decisions. But again, forward movement is meant for you. I'm hearing definitely coming up. So from the time of this video, I'm hearing the next 8 to 10 months, you're gonna see some changes. But this next decade here, between now and this next 8 to 10 years, is heavy changes, more victory moments, right? Also a lot of serious, powerful endings with people and just situations, right? And your angels are just asking you to be patient right now. Tap into the moon more and your own intuition. If you're confused about a situation, I'm being told, quiet your mind, spend some time alone, and you'll get some type of thought or an idea of what to do next. Do not let this life burden you like your last life did. Again, you did draw a lot of deceiving people. You weren't really a negative person. It's just that you let people's deceiving acts bring you conflict, especially in the area of love or anything you love to do, whether it be job, work, or family, okay? Stand your ground like the emperor. You are being awakened at this current time, okay? You have better times ahead with the 4 wands, okay? That's all I'm hearing, okay? Don't carry those burdens to nobody. Do your own thing, again, because they don't want you to have no more heavy tower moments. And again, I am being told when you experience tower moments, they're not the quickest. It's not. They don't move out your life that fast, I should say, with the Queen of Pentacles, and not the Queen, but the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, but again, keep going for it, guys. All right, the heavens and your spirit guides, they favor you. You're highly protected and favored. Pay attention to your dreams. I'm being told this current moment, but that's all I'm being told to tell you from your past self. Okay. If y'all like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, power through, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Last but not least, power forward. Whoever picked the art in this card, let's see what your past self wants to tell you right now. Any guidance for this life and this incarnation. Okay. All right. Let's change it up. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so what I'm seeing right now, in your past life, you're somebody of great determination, okay? You guys might feel connected at sea or water. If you do, I'm definitely hearing past life. Some of you guys are like merchants, y'all sail the seas, y'all travel a lot. And I'm also being told that sometimes you will have to leave your partner, or it's in reverse. You either had a partner that traveled a lot at sea and left you behind. So if you're nervous that people are going to leave you or abandon you or something like that, that's because of past lives. People didn't follow through either. Like some people say they're going to come back and they didn't come back. And then you got another suitor where it was out of their hands, where they were supposed to come back home and then they passed away at war. So it's like a mix. So some of you guys might draw military guys or people who are militant and are very strong, or either travelers and they just depart from you, or either you draw people who don't follow their word, okay? What that comes from, I'm hearing in your past life, you didn't keep your word for yourself. Like there are certain things and certain goals you're supposed to manifest and fulfill, whether it be job or career, you didn't complete them. It's like you had a lack mindset. It stems from your family and your past life. And so what happened was, it's like sometimes you'll get offered a job and you didn't think you were worthy of the job, or if not just you not being worthy, people felt like you also drew people who felt like you weren't worthy of it. So, but that also knocked your confidence. So you struggle with the confidence. So when you're not feeling this self-worth and mindset of lack, it also made others come to you, but be afraid to commit. It's like it changed it a little bit, but technically afraid to commit because you never committed to a job or committed to certain things in your life, even family or friends in your past life. You drew people who don't want to commit to you. So you might have commitment issues with your career right now. You might always hop jobs or hop homes or hop relationships, hop out of relationships. That makes sense. Or either you might draw people to leave you, whether family or friends, or you might have jobs that just let you go randomly, okay? It's past life. I am being told that will balance out if you are experiencing this. I'm being told for you to stay focused, stay grounded. I am being told because of the sun at the bottom of the deck that things will get better if you're going through any of that. There should be some type of justice. I am being told, though, again, in this life, don't give up on dreams. So I'm being told, too, some of you guys love your career, but for some reason you just gave up on love. You gave up on just like traveling, like just anything you love at this moment, whatever you can think of. You might have gave up on pain. It can be anything. It's collective. Don't give up on it. Even if you're a 70-year-old watching my video, because I got some older people watching my videos, with all due respect, and big shout out to you guys if you are out there. But don't give up on your dreams. You're never too old to be happy. Like, there's not a pinnacle. This is what I'm being told. So all the powers, your soul is trying to keep you inspired to continue to go, no matter how old you are. Don't give up. Try to complete more tasks in this life. Again, whether it be with love or anything, just don't give up. Of course, you can't force people to love you, but at the end of the day, don't give up on love where you just don't allow people into your life. Now, some of you guys might not be presented with an opportunity for love. Maybe some people are afraid to come towards you. That's because they feel it off your energy. It's your aura. You need to balance your energy. It's like you repel people for some of you guys. And also, again, if you're dealing with work problems right now or things like that, again, try to get yourself balanced again. Do more self-worth affirmations, do prayers, do whatever you got to do that makes you more peaceful, your mind more at peace with yourself, okay? Because, again, your soul doesn't want any tower moments because they experience a lot of tower moments. I'm hearing heavily in connections and just in things that they love to do. You definitely had a leader. You have leadership qualities with this King of Wands here. I'm being told, too, though, you're supposed to learn patience. I'm also being told in your last life you weren't patient enough. That's another reason you walked out of stuff. You weren't patient. So in this life, so I am being told this. If you are patient right now in this life, that's because your past life, you weren't patient. And if you're trying to work on your patience, that's because, again, your past life, you're extremely anxious. And sometimes you weren't patient enough to wait if the relationship would work. So sometimes you were the one who left the relationship. So now you're getting karma, getting people leaving you early because you left them. Or either you left jobs early, you didn't commit because you were anxious. You didn't wait long enough to get promoted in your past life. You didn't wait long enough to get recognition. It's like you gave up too soon. And I'm being told some of you guys left like a month or two soon and you didn't realize how close the dream of you being rewarded, which was reaching your goals. So in this life, no matter how old you're right now, 18 to however old, 100, like, don't give up on your dreams, right? Even if it's connecting with your spirit guides, don't give up on it. They can come to you, but it works even better when you meet them halfway and they see you try. You have to put in some effort, right? Okay? But that's what they're pretty much trying to tell me, guys. You guys are definitely a strong manifester. Because that was another thing. You guys will manifest anything in your past, like love, anything, money. Some of you guys might have been mages, but you definitely can manifest anything. But then, it's like sometimes you'll manifest, but you just wouldn't wait. Now, I am here for one to see you guys. You guys, what made you become a magician or a mage? Cause I hear two of you guys might have been mages. If you are in this mage energy, and then like right now, it's because of your past life. Because you're anxious, you learn to do magic to, how can I say, bring your dreams to reality faster. It's like you work with time and space. Does this make sense? Definitely to get what you wanted with the 4 wands. Okay. Now, some of you guys misuse your magic. For two of you guys, for relationships, and you drew like the wrong people. Like, you got in a marriage, but it was like controlling because you went against the person's free will with some type of love magic for like one or two guys. So don't take that part because that ain't for everybody. But for one or two guys, I'm hearing that part as well. But nonetheless, again, man, they're trying to tell you, your soul in this life is trying to tell you, stand in your power no matter how much conflict or competitiveness is around you, or you feel like you're not worthy to go against other people at your job, to fight for your dreams and goals, to fight for promotion. No, don't give up, follow through. Even if you feel like your IQ is not high, if you feel like you just don't have it all, it doesn't matter. Don't give up on anything, ever. And even if you're telling yourself right now, oh, I don't give up on nothing. I'm being told, though, still reflect, because I'm hearing there's something that you're missing. There's something that you know that you could have probably did better with relationships, with your children, relationships with your family. There's something you could have did, all right? Even if it's too late right now, still forgive yourself. Even if you can't go back and change the past, that way you can release it. Because some of you guys need to forgive yourself for not being patient at times in your life, in this life. Or you might have like left things too early or hurt people's feelings in this life indirectly, not on purpose, but by accident. We all make mistakes, right? Yeah, but other than that, your soul is telling me you're meant to again have more peace in this life. It wants to learn more about being grounded. It wants more loving connections, conversations that have substance. It doesn't have to be with a person that you date or married. It just wants to kind of like a retreat. You know how people go on a retreat and they meet like-minded people. Your soul desires to meet more like-minded people, like-minded connections, because in the past life, the last incarnation, it didn't have strong connections with people because it didn't know how to follow through people. It didn't trust people, but also some people ran away from your soul. It's like your soul was allowing people to mirror it. So like you drew people that mirror your energy. Okay, you might have noticed that in this life. So it just wants better connections. And even if you're an introvert, your soul still wants to see things with substance. So like even if you are a person who doesn't want to meet people, your soul wants to watch videos with substance. Your soul wants to read books with substance. It doesn't want to just be vague, because I'm hearing in your last life it met a lot of vague people. It didn't really get the true experience of what a human is supposed to experience in your last life, and it wants to do that now. It wants to do that now. Okay, so I'm hearing in these next couple of years, 3 to 4 years, you're gonna start wanting to have a willpower to experience that now. You might already want to do it now. And that's the main reason it came back. I'm not seeing a lot of negative weight with you guys compared to the other pals. Y'all slate is pretty clean, but the main reason you came back is experience life. Experience life, show love, commit to something, and then transcend, right? Because you didn't finish things out, you never learn all your lessons as a human. You try to skip. It's kind of like when somebody's studying and they try to like skip through the pages, or they half study, or they cheat. It's like you kind of try to cheat life a little bit. So in this life, you gotta like make sure you stay on the straight and narrow. And even if you are on the straight and narrow, you might have people try to cheat you out of spending time with them or anything like that. So just be careful. And again, I'm not saying everybody, but it's significant people. You understand? A lot of things I stated is not with every soul you encounter in this life. It's not with every family member or friend. In this lifetime, I'm here, some of you guys might have just had 5 dominant relationships, or you're about to have 3 or 4 more or 5 more connections coming up that's gonna be strong, that you need to make sure it's good. Whether it be friends or family or whatnot, y'all might know what I'm talking about, but because I'm talking to a collective. But nonetheless, that's what I'm hearing. You guys have a strong soul, and your soul just wants to experience it, and it wants you to embrace your uniqueness and your own power. Right? It wants to stand in this authenticity. It wants to stand in this power. Right? Not in any arrogant way. It just wants to know that, hey, the love I didn't show myself in my past life, I'm giving it back to me. The times I didn't commit to a certain task, I'm committing now. Right? Because right now, as y'all watching this, again, don't get my words misconstrued. You guys might have committed to college. Y'all might have committed to high school, but then you might know you didn't like follow through with certain relationships with certain family members. You didn't follow through with certain relationships with certain people, right? And you didn't. And again, some of the relationships probably weren't with bad people per se, and some of them could have been. It just could have been you, or you didn't follow through with certain jobs. You left a job to like. Just really think about what I'm stating here before y'all just jump the gun and just think of certain things. All right. Because like another thing is too, your soul wants to think deeper. It doesn't want to think just in a vague way. Okay, and it also likes independence. It doesn't want to be like everybody. It likes to be unique. So embrace your uniqueness. So that's what I'm hearing for you guys. Was this power for? If you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Okay, guys, blessed be.